Hello, and welcome to Satyananda Yoga Foundation A Class 1. So before we begin, I apologize for the quality of this videotaping, and because I will be learning along the way, and hopefully each time I do one of these classes, it will get better. So there's a few things I'd like to tell you before we get started, if you're brand new at this. One is that, unless otherwise specified, always breathe through your nose, not your mouth. Your nose is air conditioned, so to speak. It has little hairs, and you can keep all the dust and everything out, give you a purer air. And another one is awareness. Awareness of your body and what's happening. So that you don't do anything your body's telling you not to do. You do not push yourself. This is not a competition. This is learning to be aware of your body and to work with your body. Also, take the time in between any of these exercises to relax as much as you need to. Again, it's not a race. You do however much. It's better to do a little well than to do a whole lot that you rush through. Make sure you don't do it on a full stomach. It's better to do it well after you've eaten or right before you eat. The Satyananda Yoga itself is an integral yoga, meaning it combines a bunch of different types of yogas. In this case, it means it takes the yoga of action, karma yoga, it takes the yoga of knowledge, jnana yoga, it takes the yoga of devotion and love, there's bhakti yoga, and a variety, so that we create a whole body. Yoga means union, and the practice of yoga means unifying your body, your energy, your emotions, your mind, everything, putting it all together so that you function as one. So right now, most people are not operating all as one unit and harmoniously or balanced. So the theme this week 1, is the awareness of the joints. We will be working with the Palmuktasana series. We call it the PMAs for short. We'll be working mainly right at the beginning here this week with PMAs 1, Palmuktasana 1 series, which has to do with the joints. It's good for arthritis and rheumatism. And whenever you do these, the lymphatic system and the joints work from the feet upwards. So whenever you do these exercises I'm going to be showing you, you should always start with ones for your toes or your feet working upwards, because there are one-way check valves. And when you do these exercises, they help to loosen up and get the toxins out of the joints. Helps the synovial fluid around the knees or any of the other joints by doing these. Again, listen to your body on any of these. If you can't do it fully, modify it how you need to. I can show you modifications along the way. And don't get upset with yourself if you're not being able to do it as fully as you think you should, because if you keep just working at it to whatever degree you can slowly loosen up and progress to a better health. So to start with, we're going to go into something called Shavasana. It's corpse pose. Corpse pose, this is the one posture that it's called asanas. The asanas are all the postures that a lot of people think of as yoga, as physical exercise. Those are called asanas in Sanskrit. And Shavasana is the one posture that we'll immediately be using the Sanskrit word for it, because it just does not sound very good to corpse pose. Who wants to be a corpse? So, going into Shavasana, please. The Shavasana is laying down flat on your back, having your head and your body in a straight line, making sure that your arms, your legs, you're balanced side to side, and having your hands to your about 6 inches on each side of your body, or wherever it's comfortable. So the palms are up. You do not want your fingers down, because the fingers are very sensitive, and if you have them down, that will be giving you a sense which can disturb you. So having the palms up, having the feet about hip widths apart, very relaxed. So for the initial relaxation, you really feel into the body, and notice if the body feels as comfortable and as supported as it can be. And take that attention up through the spine, noticing the alignment. And be aware of the head, that it's balanced from left to right, centered along with the spine. And start taking the awareness through the body. Noticing how every part of your body feels today. From your toes, your feet, lower legs, your knees and upper legs, your hips, torso, chest, your fingers and hands, lower arms, upper arms, your shoulders and your head. Just noticing how your body feels, whether it's tension or relaxed, there's pain, comfort. And then notice your breath moving in and out of your body. Without change it in any way, just notice the breath. And feel the breath in the nose. Being aware of any rhythm of the breath. Notice where the breath in becomes the breath out. Noticing how you feel emotionally, like what kind of thoughts you have. And then take the big breath in and letting it out. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your feet and come up into a seated position for our asanas, our postures. Today, mainly the PMA for ones, Padmakasana ones, dealing with the joints, getting them loosened up, getting synovial fluid moving, getting the toxins out of the joints, energy unblocked. Sitting in any comfortable position. There is some notes about the position. Actually, you can't sit in any position for this one. When you do sit in any position, make sure that can be on a chair, it can be on the floor, it can be anywhere you want. Whenever you sit, make sure that your knees are lower than your iliac crest and your hips. So if you're sitting cross-legged, if you're sitting like this, your knees are above that, it creates a curve here. And after a while, that'll hurt your lower back. So you see the people doing yoga that are sitting on the cushions, which I do bring one with me, but if you step on a cushion, that actually, just like I'm going to sit on my buttocks here, that pushes the pelvis back and gets rid of that curvature here, and you won't have that sore back from sitting. But right now, we need to go in the base seated position, which is like this. I'll show you. Or like this. So just sitting. And again, you can do this on a chair. But if you're not on a chair, you need to have your feet and your toes out so that because we're going to be doing toe bending. So there you go. So you can either go like this, and you can have your hands on your legs. Try to keep your back straight. You have like a right angle here. If that is uncomfortable, you can also put your hands back and lean back. If you have really tight hamstrings, you can also, if you need to, bend your knees a little bit. Now I'm going to show you how we do this in this tradition. Is I will show you silently any new practices, and then I'll do it again and talk about it, and then I'll talk you through it, and then maybe at some point let you go on your own. And whenever we do any of these practices, if I give you a number to do, like 10, you usually say up to 10. That means if you can only do 2, and that's enough for you, you stop there. Maybe next time you can do 3. You do not have to do the 10. So the first one is toe bending. So if you remember, I said we work from toes up. So I'll show you. Now I talk. I'm in my toes, expanding them as much as I can, and then I punch them. If you can only move them a little bit, or if you can't move them at all, just imagine you're moving them. If you can move them a little bit, just move them however much you can. If you keep doing this, it'll help loosen them up. Now, also another point here is most of the asanas, most of the postures, you want to have your eyes closed if that's comfortable for you. Because that way, your eyes take up so much of your brain. So if you close your eyes, you can really tune into what you're doing. Because when you do these toes, you'll be expanding and then contracting. Have your eyes closed, and I want you to really pay attention to what's happening to the bones, the joints, the tendons. So go ahead now, expand, contract. Just the toes. Expand, contract, without moving the ankles or anything. Expand and contract. Doing up to 7 more. Just really paying attention to what's happening inside. Noticing all the different muscles that are connected. When you're done, you can open your eyes and remain in the base position. Okay, now just notice the effects of toe bending. I just had you open your eyes so I know it when you were done. Maybe you can feel a little warmth in those toes, or a little energy flowing around there. It's another thing we do in Satyananda Yoga is you pause in between each one to really notice what's happening inside. That's part of that connecting the mind and the body together. Okay, we'll move on now. Again, I'll show you first and then you do it. Ankle bending, just bending it as far as forward as you can, and then bringing it back towards your torso as best you can. Again, if it's only a little bit, only do a little bit. If you can't do it at all, visualize that. So go then as far forward as you can, and then back towards your torso. So you take your time, with your eyes closed, really feeling what's happening in there. What joints, what muscles are being activated? You might feel the muscles coming way up through your body, being activated. And then do up to 10. I'm afraid I wasn't counting. I think we did about 4, maybe 6 more, or however many is good for your body. You may want to do more. And when you're finished with however many you're going to do, please pause with your eyes closed. Feel the effects in your ankles of ankle bending. once you've paused and felt the effects, then you may open your eyes. Moving on up, we're going to be doing ankle rotations. And this one, I'll again show you and then talk. So, I just rotated in the clockwise direction. And on these two, when you do any of these things, you can start out small to start with, and as you warm up, you may be able to make larger circles, larger bends. And then after we do 10 in one direction, we'll be reversing the direction. So, beginning now, bring the toes forward, coming to your left in a clockwise position, coming up and down and around. Again, you start as small as you need to and get larger as you warm up. And down, around, back up. And do up to 7 more in that direction, and then pause with your eyes closed to feel the effects. And you can go slowly as you want. Opposite direction, counterclockwise, right, then up and around. Do as many as you did in the other direction. Feeling the effects on the body, the joints, muscles, tendons. Trying to keep the legs still, only turning the ankles. When you're done, what you're going to do, please pause and feel the effects in the ankles or anywhere else with that effect. And then opening your eyes. We'll be doing knee bending. I'll be doing 10 of the knee bendings. Again, watch me do it. Watch me explain it, and then we'll start. Starting with the right one. On this, you can clasp under your thigh because you're not making, this is not going to be a weight-bearing exercise because you don't want to hurt your knee. This is just getting that joint in motion. Getting it in motion helps to get the synovial fluid moving around the knee, because the knee itself doesn't really have much muscle, whatever. It's the muscles around it, so you can't really do much to strengthen the knee itself, but you muscles around it. In this case, for this exercise, we're just getting the fluids moving through it, the synovial fluid, which if it gets lack of it or it doesn't move, that's where you get some of the arthritis from. So again, beginning, lifting your right knee up, and again, you can do this in a chair, grasping under to support that weight, and straighten the knee, and then down. Straighten and down. The eyes closed now, please, and up, down, feeling where it's affecting you. And continue up to 6 more times on that one. And remember, if it starts to hurt at all, just make smaller movements. Start with whatever small movement and get bigger as you go. And if you need to, go back to smaller movements on any of these. When you're done with however many, please pause to feel the effects on your right knee. Move on to the left knee, doing the same amount, putting Again, putting your hands under, grasping under your knee to bear any weight, and then straightening and bend. Straightening and bend. Straightening and bend. Doing up to 7 more on the left side. The eyes gently closed, feeling the effects. What muscles or joints, tendons are activated. If you hear any crackling, it could be actually air that's being moved out of the joint. And again, if you feel any pain, reduce what you're doing and you just visualize if need be. Pause and feel the effects. We'll move on to half butterfly. I will show you it and then talk you through it and then give you some modifications. And here's one important thing about this. Whenever you do any of the exercises where you bring the knee out to the side, make sure you always bring it back to center before straightening. Never go from here straight forward, because if you do that, you're twisting your knee. That you can hurt your knee. So if you come back this way and then down, bring it back to the middle, straighten. And you may even want to do it, straighten it out a couple times to kind of unlock it. So, half butterfly. Now, what I'm doing, and don't, I probably just did what I told you not to do. Let me show you first. Bring your knee in towards your perineum, and then bring the knee down. This just loosens up the hip joint. And you only do it, try to make sure you're sitting up straight in the process. Now, you don't have to do it like that. You can come in here, just come to here, to your knee, wherever you can do it. You don't have to, maybe just be small like this. Whatever you can do, is just try to loosen up the hip joint. Do not try, again, come to the center and then straight forward. Do not try to come way up if that bothers you. You can do it way down here, wherever you can. See, I'm halfway on my shin bone now, and just making the knee go up and down. That helps to loosen up the hip. Again, close your eyes when we do this, and feel if it starts to hurt your hip, do it less. So, bring your knee up, correction foot up to wherever it's comfortable for you, shin bone, knee, up towards the perineum, and then down the knee and up. Down with the knee and up. Do that up to 8 more times. When you're finishing, please bring the knee to the center and then straighten. Again, when you're finished with however many you're going to do, please pause. Feel the effects. Make sure you're listening to what your body's telling you on this. Feeling maybe any warmth in the hips, in the joints. That's good. Starting to loosen up. And then whenever you're ready, you can bring your left foot up to wherever it's comfortable for you. All the way up, part way up. And then holding the foot with your hand, bring your knee down. And you might start out real small, and then as you warm up, go a little more. Try to keep your back as straight as you can. Going down and up. And again, doing up to 10, like you did the other side. When you're done, bringing the knee back to center and straightening the leg. feel the effects. Your toes, ankles, knees, and hips. The next section, I'll have you do standing up. You may stay seated for parts of it if you need to, because we'll be working with the upper body. I'll tell you what part you can sit for, or you can come to standing. The hand punching, wrist bending, elbow bending, and shoulder rotations. You can stay seated or come to standing for, and then we'll be doing one where you need to stand. So come to standing if you're going to do that. Standing straight and tall, evenly balanced between the two sides. Just open, shoulders back. And you can do that whether you're sitting or standing. Then this is actually going to be an arm workout too, because you bring your arms up straight in front of you. And I'm going to show you. I've told you to do that. You put your arms down. I'm sorry. I'll show you, and then you can put your arms out. Because if we start doing this and you leave your arms out for a while, it actually start working your arms too if you're not used to holding your arms out. So the first one will be the hand punching. It will be with the arms straight out. If this bothers you, have your thumb in. And I know you don't do that for fighting. This isn't fighting. This actually is helping to stimulate nerves in your hand, in your thumb, which stimulates nerves all through your body. So if that bothers you though, if you can't do it, put the thumb on the outside if you need to. If you can only go this far, do that much. Do whatever you can. And as you warm up, again, you might be able to go a little further. And as you keep doing this, hopefully you get the fluids going through those joints and the toxins out of them. So again, arms straight up, if you can. If you're in a chair and you need to, you could do it on the arms like this. But this one will help work your arms too. And expand the fingers and then clasp them closed to make a fist. Expand the fingers out, clasp them closed, closing your eyes now, and feel what's expanding, what's contracting. What muscles are being used? Continuing on up to 7 more on your own. Feeling exactly everything that's being utilized, stretched, contracted. When you are done with that, however many you'd like to do, you can put your arms down at that point and pause and feel the effects. Again, these things are helping to get the toxins out of the joints, getting the synovial fluid moving, getting the toxins moving up through the body and cleaned out. Taking a few breaths in between. Just noticing the breath. Then open your eyes. I'll show you the next thing. Just like we did the toe clenching, then we did the ankle bending, we're going to do wrist bending. On this, you try to keep your arm perfectly still so you're not moving your arm, maybe just only the wrist. Bring it up. And again, this one too, just go however, if you can only do a little bit, go a little bit. And as you warm up, maybe you go further. If you want to really challenge yourself, I shouldn't tell you this on the first day, put a quarter here and try to do it without knocking the quarter off. You'll find that you end up moving your arm quite a bit. So go ahead and bring your arm straight out again, or if you want it on a chair, and bring the wrist down and then up, trying to keep the arms straight and not moving the arm, only moving the wrist. Up and down, up and down with your eyes closed. Continue on about 7 more and feel what muscles are now being activated. course, just like every other time, whenever you've done however many you'd like, pause and feel the effects, especially the wrists and the physical body. We're not going to be doing wrist rotations this time, like we did the ankle rotations, but we will be doing elbow bending. So if you could open your eyes and watch, you can hold here. So again, we're not putting weight on it. We're just getting the action going. Go ahead and bring your left hand under your right arm to support it. Palm up. Bring your fingers towards your shoulder and then straighten. You can do however much of this is comfortable for you. Make a smaller motion if you need to, and continue up to 7 more if you just did the 3 I did, for a total of 10, or however many is comfortable for you. Pausing, having your eyes closed to feel effect in the body, in the joint, the muscles. Noticing what other muscles happen to be attached to that. When you're done with however many you're going to do on that side, you pause. Feel the effects, the difference between the one side and the other. And then when you're ready, taking your right hand, putting it under your left arm, again, palm up, bending it towards your shoulder, and then straightening, shoulder, straightening, and then continuing on with your eyes closed up to 8 more for a total of 10, or however many you did on the other side. The other hand is supporting the weight. Really feeling into what's happening in the body. When you're done, taking the time, pause, and feel the effects of both elbows. Moving on up, like we did hip rotations, we will be doing shoulder rotations. And these are especially good if you've been working in the office or driving a lot, because it helps to loosen up this upper back up here, in between the shoulder blades. We're going to be doing one shoulder at a time for now. In any of these, you can do one side at a time. And it can be very interesting because most everybody, one side is different than the other. So just because one ankle rotates a certain way, the other ankle may not rotate quite the same way. So that applies to every part of your body. Don't expect the one side to be just like the other. So again, I'll show you. I will start with the right shoulder. I did different ways. If this bothers you for some reason, you can do it without the hand up there. If you can do it, it doesn't bother you, bring the hand on the shoulder, and I'm still showing you. You go, and I did it small to start with, and then you can, as you warm up, again, you get larger. You can go all the way around. So you do it like clockwise. And then after we've done 10 in that direction, we'd be going the opposite way after pausing and feeling the effects. So go ahead and bring your hand up onto your right shoulder. And with your eyes closed, bring your elbow down towards your center of the front of your body, and then up, into the back, down, and back up, over and behind your body, and do that up to 8 more times. in your shoulder girdle, in the muscles between your shoulders. And if you find that you're doing it too much, too big, or you're clunky or something, try smaller. And remember to pause after you've done the number you'd like before doing it the opposite direction. Remember to listen to your body always. And then once you've done that one side, both directions, pause to feel the difference between the two sides. And then when you're ready, taking your left hand on the left shoulder. And then bringing it towards the front, down, and back, up, forward and down, back and up, continuing up to 8 more times, making the circle only so large as is comfortable for you, and you can also, as I said, do it without your hand on your shoulder if that bothers you. But do try to have your eyes closed so that you can really listen to your body. With your eyes open, you're not listening to your body, you're listening to the senses. Just like the other side, once you've done however many you're going to do that direction, pause for a moment, and then go the opposite direction the same number of times. When you have completed however many you're doing, as with every other one, take a moment with your eyes closed and feel the effects. And then we're going to do Tadasana. Tadasana is palm tree pose. It's your basic standing posture. If you're seated, you can come to standing now, and that's uncomfortable for you, then you're going seated, and we'll bypass this one. The standing one, Tadasana, you bring your feet together as close as you can where it's still comfortable and balanced. Standing tall and straight. Pretend that there's a string, like your puppet, there's a string pulling you up. And you raise your hand up over your head if you can, stretch up, and then when you bring your arms down, keep your torso up, don't let it come back down. Open up through the chest, shoulders back, and then relax your arms. Now the arms, where your arms be relaxed, are going to be different for men and women, because women, we actually have, I think they call it carrying arms, for carrying infants and stuff, and our arms would just be a little further out and curved more than men's. That's just natural. But having said that, everybody's different. Every body is different. So just because one person can do this, or majority of people can do something, not just this one, but every posture. You may have a totally different body build inside, where you could never do one of these postures. It doesn't mean that you can't do other things, but that's why you need to listen to what's going on inside yourself. So you're standing up tall and straight. Now what we're going to do is interlocking your hands in front of your body. I'll show you this, if I can do this and be on the picture. You can stand in that posture I showed you without doing anything yet. So what I'm doing is I have my hands, I'm bringing them, interlocking them in front of my body. I'm bringing them up to the middle of my body, to overhead, then I'm turning the palms up. I'm pulling myself up, stretching that way. And then I bring them back down. And then back up. Stretch, it's like a good stretch in the morning. You can keep your feet flat on this. Stretch up. Do up to 7 more with that. If it bothers you, bring your arms up that high. Just go up however high you can. And imagine yourself being pulled up with that string, trying to stretch yourself up. Whether it's cactus arms, or even just actually helps stretch the whole body and gives it a good stretch, and then relax. Stretch and relax, which actually also activates all the fluids. Again, when you finish it, however many you're going to do of that, please pause with your yoga effects. Now don't do this yet. What I'm going to have you do, I'll show you, but then if that is not accessible for you today, then you can do this a different way. What I need, and don't do it yet, I'm going to show you. But what we're going to do is we're going to get down on our hands and knees. So I'm going to show you the way I want you to do it. If you need to do it a different way, you go ahead and do it a different way. I'll do it sideways so you see. So again, I just went down. You can bend your knees all you need to, and just walk your hands forward until you get down onto your hands and knees. Again, if that is not accessible for you, and you need to get down, like a chair or however you need to, just please come down if you can onto your hands and knees. And if you just can't get down on the floor, I'll show you how to do this next move from a chair also. This move we're going to do is really good for the lower spine here to loosen it up. So when you do this movement, and I will show you again first, talk you through it first, talk myself through it first, and then talk you through it. If you have really tight spine, you start really small with this, and then as it loosens up, you can go bigger. So you'll be down this dog pose. They actually call this the cat-cow pose, which I think is silly because cats and cows are such different sizes. I call it the cat and dog pose, which is not, it's cat pose. So what I'm doing is I'm arching my back like I'm an angry cat, Halloween cat, and I'm bringing my chin down. And then I come up and I'm bringing my pelvis forward and bring my head up. So it's arch, and then I think that this is a happy dog wagging its tail. Any questions? No. Go ahead now, getting in the dog position. You may have to find out where you rearrange your knees or your hands as you go along if you find it's more comfortable somewhere else. And if you're in a chair doing this, then in the chair, see if I want you to arch back if you can, and put your shoulders against the back of the chair. You're sitting forward a little bit, and then arch forward this way, and then back like this, and forward. So on the floor, go ahead now, and bringing your chin down, arch up like an angry cat, then bring your head up, and bring, there you go. And down, and back up. You see, you start out slowly, loosen up the back, doing up to 7, 8 more to get your 10. And as you continue doing this, your back gets loosened up more, you can get in further into it. This is a really good one for loosening up the back, especially if you have lower back pain or anything. It also actually helps with the digestive system, because you're massaging the digestive system as you go in and out. And whenever you've done however many you're going to do on this, come down laying on your stomach on the floor. If you're in a chair, you just won't be able to do this one. And then, if you can, look and see what I'm going to do. This is called crocodile. To start with, you can have your hands like this and have your head on it. This helps loosen up the lower back. And if that's comfortable, then come up onto your elbows. And if that's comfortable, you'll be putting your chin and your hands like this. And then you can experiment. See these elbows here, I'm going to do different things with you. You kind of see what happens. If I put my elbows out further, it keeps my head back, my neck back more, be very careful with your neck. But maybe that's what's comfortable. It puts less pressure on your lower back, but it does put a lot of pressure on your neck, so be careful. And then if you bring your elbows in this way more, then that puts more of a curve into your back. If that's not comfortable yet, you can come back down here at any point. And don't be ashamed if you have to do that at all, because I know some very young people who are very athletic, but their back is really stiff and they had to start out that way. After doing it for a while, they're able to then really loosen up that back totally. So start out wherever you need to. Please start now actually by laying down with your hands together in front of you and your forehead on your hands. And if that's comfortable, you come on up onto your elbows a bit. And if that's comfortable, go ahead and put your chin in your hands. And here you can experiment with what's comfortable. And I'm going to just sit like this for a little bit. And I want you to put your eyes closed. Even with this one, close your eyes. And where you're really going to, I want you to really notice is your abdomen. Notice the breathing in your abdomen. You can also notice your lower back. This is loosening up the lower back, so you don't naturally just bend backwards during the day. And the abdomen, as you breathe, you can feel it pressing against the floor as you breathe in, and then that pressure relieving as you breathe out. This also actually is helping to massage the internal organs. It helps the digestive system. So continue with your eyes closed, really paying attention to what's happening in the abdomen, and the breathing there. Attention to the breathing in the abdomen as it presses against the floor. Crocodile position. This is one that you can do when you're watching TV too, to loosen up that lower back. If at any point it becomes too much, you go back to your forehead on your hands. Go into a hard one we started with, Shavasana. Remember what that is in English? Corpse pose. So turn around onto your back. Or if you're in the chair, you can come on down, lay on the floor, just making sure your spine is straight. And you may want to get a blanket or something, because I should have told you that to start with, but if you do this, you know you may want a blanket, because you'll be in this position for a while for our breathing exercises and our meditation. You may want to put a little bit of blanket under your shoulders, neck for support. Also, if your lower back does bother you, you can put a blanket under your knees. And putting the knees up a little bit actually helps to relieve the pressure in the lower back. Again, making sure that the palms are face up, relaxed to each side of your body, evenly balanced. Your feet about hip width apart. And you're just relaxed. And feeling through the body for the effects of the asanas, the postures you did today. From your toes all the way up to your legs, and your feet and arms, your spine, shoulders, neck. Feeling all through the body, any differences from the beginning of class. Any remaining tension, any places that the tension has been relaxed. And then beginning to notice your breathing. Not trying to change that breathing in any way, just noticing your natural breath. Natural breath awareness. Noticing where in your body the breath is going. Noticing the rhythm of the breath. Not trying to change the breathing in any way, just notice it. Not judging the breathing. Noticing the coolness of the air as it comes in through your nostrils, maybe the warmth of it as it departs. And just noticing your natural breath. Awareness of where the breath is going as you breathe in, and how you're breathing out. Natural breath awareness. Again, to become aware of the breath in your abdomen. Notice how you breathe in, the abdomen expands, and as you exhale, it contracts. Awareness of the breath in the abdomen. Breathe in, and the navel stands out. And as you exhale, the navel comes back towards the spine. abdominal breathing. Breathing in, your abdomen expands and contracts as you exhale. Abdominal breathing. Letting go of abdominal breathing. Take a deep breath in. You feel as though you're breathing in peace and calmness. And with the exhale, letting go of any tightness or tension. Taking a few slow, deep breaths. And surrendering the body fully to the support of the floor beneath you. Listen to the sounds around you. Let your hearing range into the distance. Try to hear the most distant sounds that you can hear. Move the hearing from one sound to the next, coming to closer sounds. Not staying with any sound, but searching out more sounds. Perhaps even hearing internal sounds, like the breath, digestive sounds. We are now going to rotate the awareness through the body. As each part is said, repeat the name mentally. Picture or feel the part and become fully aware of each part, one after the next. Only the awareness moves, the body remains still. The practice always begins with the right hand. Become fully aware of the right hand thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side of the waist, hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, heel, instep, sole of the foot, top of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Move to the left side of the body. Keep following along. Be fully aware of the left hand thumb, index finger, middle finger, the ring finger, little finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, left side of the waist, hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, heel, instep, sole of the foot, top of the foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Move the awareness to the top of the head. Stay awake and aware. Be aware of the forehead. Right temple, left temple. Right ear, left ear. Right eyebrow, left eyebrow. The eyebrow center. Right eye, left eye. Bridge of the nose, tip of the nose. Right nostril, left nostril. Right cheek, left cheek. Upper lip, lower lip. Tongue, chin, front of the neck. Right collarbone, left collarbone, the hollow between. Right side of the chest, left side of the chest. Heart center, upper abdomen, navel center, lower abdomen, right groin, left groin. Move to the back. Right buttock, left buttock, small of the back, middle of the back, upper back, right shoulder, left shoulder, the whole spine, back of the neck, back of the head, top of the head. Be aware of the whole right leg. The whole left leg, the whole right arm, the whole left arm, the whole of the front, the whole of the back, the whole of the head. Be aware of both legs, both arms, front, back, and head. The whole body, the whole body, the whole body. Become aware of your breathing. Become aware of the breathing in your nostrils. Noticing the air coming in and out of your nostrils. Now with each breath in, count a number, and on the breath out, repeat that number in this fashion, starting from 28 and counting backwards. You breathing in 28, breathing out 28, breathing in 27, breathing out 27. Continuing at your own pace of breath, counting with each breath in and out backwards from 28. Counting backwards from 28. If you lose your count, begin again at 28.
Counting backwards from 28. Each breath in and out. Counting backwards from 28. If you get to 0, start over again at 28. Counting backwards from 28 with the breath. Let go of the counting. And just return to your natural breath. Letting go aware of the breath, become aware of sounds. Become aware of sounds around you. Listen for the sounds in this room. Bring the awareness to sounds outside the room. Remember the room, the walls, the ceiling, the floor. Remember your place in the room. Become aware of your body lying on the floor of the room. Quiet, still. Feel your whole body. Feel your body and the floor supporting you. Be aware again of the breath moving in the body. Feel your breath moving in and out. Begin to deepen your breath. With each breath, breathe in a little more deeply. Feel your body expanding with the deepening breath. Your mind becoming more alert. Be aware of the weight of the body against the floor and the points of contact between your body and the floor. Tell yourself mentally, this practice of Yoga Nidra is finished. You should begin to wiggle your toes and your feet. Wiggle your fingers and hands. And gently move your head side to side. Then bend your knees and reach up and give yourself a nice big stretch in whatever way feels good to you. Feel free to turn on one side for a couple of breaths, but keep moving. Slowly moving into a seated position. Make sure that when you're sitting, you feel the floor beneath you. Keep your eyes closed during this process. Take another deep breath in and let it go. And when you're ready, open your eyes. The practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete.
So, thank you everyone, and this was I didn't pre-tell you about this, but we went from the asanas, the postures, into the shavasana, the corpse pose, and then from that I went into a little bit of breathing, just natural breath, and then abdominal breathing, and then from that I went into a short Yoga Nidra, which means a psychic sleep, which is a very, it takes you into that phase right between sleep and awake, which is very, very restful for your body and your mind. For this, in the future, you may want to dim the lights for that part, so you don't have lights in your eyes. You want to make sure that you're fully back alert after this before going out the door of your home or wherever you are. You certainly don't want to drive until you're fully alert. If you have any questions, you can leave me a comment on YouTube, I guess. This is my first time on YouTube. You can also call, text, whatever you'd like if you have any questions or comments. So thank you for participating. I hope I will do better in the future. Thank you.